Milwaukee Tool came out with a new PACKOUT system. This is their tilt bin organizer, and it locks so you can put this on top of your PACKOUT set, or you can mount it on the wall. It's going to hold all these drawers in place. Drawers are also removable. Very simple setup. It's going to have 2 large bins in the middle, and then you're going to have 4 large bins on the top, 4 large bins on the bottom. This guy holds 40 pounds. Doesn't sound like much when you first think about it, but then when you really start weighing things up, 40 pounds is significant. So we're gonna load this guy up, run it through some things that might accidentally happen on the job site just to see how it's gonna hold up, because I think everyone wants to see that. So let's get to loading this guy up. Without all the bins, we are 6 pounds, 8 ounces. We're gonna hit tear on that, get it down to 0, and then I'm going to add these bins so you can see how much weight we are adding as we go. 40 pounds is pretty significant when it comes to putting hardware in. I mean, if you had pennies, I'm sure pennies would go in here, but some people are going to easily hit that 40 pounds. Other people will never hit that 40 pounds. Come on. We are at 9 so far. I was trying to use the heavier stuff in the shop. These guys are pretty heavy. These are not that hard to slide in and out, but you have to get them in the right spot, obviously. So there we go, about 22 pounds, and I emptied out all kinds of this stuff, and that's where I'm gonna get. So we're gonna lock this guy up. And now let's run some testing. This at 20 some pounds, well, of hardware in here, 22 pounds plus the 9 pounds-ish or 7 pounds that it weighed, it is fairly heavy. So we're gonna put this on top of a PACKOUT, and it's gonna get significantly heavy. Now, Milwaukee doesn't say much about this, but all of us would hope that everything stays intact if we simply do that. That would suck if it didn't. And everything is still there. I mean, we should be able to do that all day. No issue. All the bins stay in place. Now, I know some of you guys are a little clumsy. Locks in place. That's pretty nice to see. And we're continually dropping it and it's falling on its face. That's not, you know, something I'm designed. We can go back, which pretty sweet. So if you had someone, if this falls out, it's going to be a hell of a mess. So far, so good. So this kit, pretty heavy, fits in here on top of an already heavy PACKOUT kit. It does make it a little bit top heavy, but it's not bad. This to me would be the worst that something could happen. We'll test further, but seems like that is a pretty normal fall that you would hope nothing happens to. Now, this is the first time that I'm seeing this. See these couple screws peeking out. That's it. That's the worst thing so far that's happened, and that's bent the plastic out a little bit. Not just enough for them to sneak out. They will not fall back into place. We are going to put them back though. Might as well. That is simply all it took. Locking mechanism is still working. It's a little bit tighter because that had a screw sticking out. Now we are right back to where we would have been before. Pretty sweet deal. So I'm 6 foot tall. This does this. If this breaks, it's going to be a hell of a mess. You guys, I think that says a lot about the build quality of this guy. You start to just Not many are going to take that kind of abuse. Not at all. So let's go through what we got. Locking mechanism goes down, locks up into place. Never had that fall out. Everything is still good. We took these heavy drawers, they pull out and they seem to come back and stop. Now if you lift up straight, you can see here we have these little pieces that stick down. That's what stops them. So if you just pull straight out, they're gonna come out. So your options of making a mess, you can drop this from 5-6 feet, no issue. But if you pulled up and went too high and came out, I could see that drawer falling. That's your fault, my friend. This stuff all works and holds well, other than I've got some large nails in here that want to just do their own thing. I think that's pretty amazing to have this full and continue just to drop this and have zero damage. Now I do believe that you put 2 or 3 of these together on top of a stack, you're going to have some weight. So think about how much hardware you need to carry with you, or what you put in each one, and maybe carry one at a time, because you start getting tools, everything else. There's a lot to lift up on that PACKOUT system. But as far as durability, it's amazing. I mean, the floor is dirty. Yes, there's some marks from where it hit the floor. Let's see if it still snaps on. I mean, that would be the biggest bummer, is if you had it here and it didn't snap into place. Through all those drops, it's still solid. Comes out easy, goes in easy. That's pretty sweet. Can you break this? I'm sure you can. I'm sure someone's gonna come up with a way, driving a truck over it, anything like that. I personally, myself, don't think it's worth the mess of all this hardware screws to take it to that limit. Those drops were hard. Maybe that happens 100 times over this life, and that would probably be a lot. I think people carrying this stuff around are going to be a little more careful with it, maybe not. But at the same time, this thing took it. Kind of surprises me a little bit. That's a lot of weight. Maybe if you load it up to that full 40, it might have some issues, but I think getting there, you're gonna have to have some leads, you're gonna have to have some things that are really, really heavy to fit in this. And for the price tag, $99 on this guy, I think you're getting what you're paying for. It's not for everyone, but for the people who need the durability, who need the way to push everything in here, lock it in place, and if it falls, have the confidence that nothing's gonna break, here it is. So I'll have more info on the description. I'd love to hear your comments. What do you think about this guy? What do you think about it taking that little bit of abuse? Curious. What else would you think this might need to take to get your satisfaction? I'm interested in that too. As always, give us a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.